Well, hello, YouTube friends and family, and how is everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody is doing blessed and well this morning, okay? And today, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another video with Cooking with Cheryl Spiritual Kitchen, okay? And today, I'm going to cook a meat called beef shanks. I don't know if you guys ever, I know you got ham shanks and you have beef shanks. Today, I'm cooking beef shanks. When I was a young child, my mom used to cook this food, right? This meat, right? And it used to be one of my favorites. Like I had a few favorite meals when I was a younger girl, but this meat here was one of my favorite, and it's called beef shanks. When I was younger, I used to call it soft meat, and when I used to see it on the plate, I already knew what it was. And I'm like, ooh, this is soft meat. This is soft meat. That's what I used to call it, soft meat. Ooh, mommy, I love soft meat. Like, right? You know? So once I got older and I realized that, okay, the name of it is beef shanks, and then I started fixing it for my own family. And it is a real nice tender cut of meat. They are delicious. I have them right here in a bowl. They actually soak it in some cold water. I've already washed them off. I got them in lemons now. I already wiped them off with the lemons and everything real well. And until I'm ready to serve them, well, not serve them, but, season them, I just have them sitting here in the water just for extra, good clean in the lemon water. Until right now, I am cutting up my onion and bell peppers and stuff. So before we get started with this, I want to say a prayer for you guys. I have my tea now and my coffee, okay? So whichever one that I feel like having in the morning, that's the one I'll have. But whatever it is, what it is, it's whatever my taste buds say that morning. And today, it's coffee. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, and come on over here and say a prayer with me, okay? And then let's start this cooking video. All right, let me get a sip of my coffee. It's so hot, it's so hot, it's so hot, but it's so delicious and so good. And I noticed, like, I like creamer in my coffee, and I use hazelnut creamer because I love the flavor that hazelnut gives the coffee. And I realized when I was out of the hazelnut and I made a cup of coffee, the coffee just not the same without the hazelnut no more. I can't do it. So if I don't have hazelnut, I'll just drink tea. Okay, because I don't really, the coffee, I don't know, it has to have that hazelnut flavor for me. I just love it. It's so delicious. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's say our prayer, and let's get this video started, okay? And the prayer goes as follows. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, thy comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. To the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Okay. All right. So now, let's get started. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now, I'm going to show you, well, right now, I already have my onion and bell pepper cut up. Well, my bell pepper cut up, and I'm cutting up my onion. So come on, I'm about to put you at an angle and a view where you can continue to see what I'm doing. So, and these are the potatoes. Oh yeah, I'm cooking ham shanks and string beans and potatoes. Okay. And here's my onions that I have cut up. I'm just dicing them up. That's a whole onion, and actually it's a half a little bit more, half of a green bell pepper. Well, yeah, about a half of a green bell pepper, and a little bit more than half of a red bell pepper. Okay, And so here it is. The potatoes are from my string beans and potatoes. Right here I actually have my snap beans right here that have been washed, and they are ready to go in too, but I'm going to put them in a little while. I'm not going to do these. I'm going to put these to the side and get this meat on first. So here are my onion and my bell peppers and my potatoes ready. And I have a preheated oven. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. That was so rude. I got my oven preheated over here. And now I'm going to show you this delicious meat that we finna season that I have right here that I just washed in lemons. Let me just rinse. Whew. And when you cooking your meat, especially meat like this, you really want your meat to be room temperature. You don't want to, I guess, well, everybody don't know, but yeah, you want your meat to be nice and room temperature. And now I'm about to show you what these beef shanks look like. Turn that to the side, and I'm going to bring them right here. These are beef shanks, okay? Whew, I had bought, like, it got a bone in the middle, and all around it is meat. And the meat is so tender. I'm telling you guys, don't knock it till you try it if you never tried beef shanks before. Right now, I'm just going to kind of, you know, I like to shave off, like, fat that I see before I cook. If I see too much, I don't want too much fat on it, so I kind of do this. And then if I see like this, like yeah, I don't want that. That gotta come off. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, that's better. And then like this little thin layer around it really doesn't, like, let me see. I usually don't. Like if it's too thick or whatever, then I take it off like that or whatever. Or too much little fatty fat like this, I just, you know, grab it and just shave it on off like so. Yeah, like that. Okay? And that's what I usually do. And then when it's like this, I'm ready to season. Okay? Like I said, there's one bone in the middle. These are called beef shanks, and they are so delicious. Oh my goodness. So, what I'm going to use to season this is... Ooh, this coffee's so good. Seasoning, my 17 seasoning, a little bit of Lori's, onion powder. I have another one of these I'm gonna use, this Lipton onion pack. And I'm going to use, okay, some garlic powder. Yeah, garlic powder and some paprika. Okay. Garlic powder that I don't really care for is this is so powdery. I don't really, but you know, it gives your food a good flavor. So what I'm gonna do now is season, and I'm gonna start with this Lori's, and this is all the salt I will need. The salt that's in the seasoning salt. All my other seasonings will be powders and non-salt seasonings. But this is beef, so I do want to use a little bit of Lori's with this. And that will bring out all the flavor that I need as far as salt-wise. It'll be nice and seasoned. Because you do want to have some kind of flavor. I mean, you know, even though your food is very flavorful with the seasonings, you still want to have just a touch of salt just for taste. Onion powder. Yeah, I put that already. That's all right. Can't never have enough of that. And then this powdery garlic powder. Ugh. Okay. And then I'm just going to flip it on the other side. Rinse my hands off. And then I'm going to take and do the same. A little bit of Lawry's. Yeah, beef shanks are delicious. If you haven't never tried them, go to your local meat market and you should try them. You will not regret it. If you like beef, I mean, because it's such a tender cut of meat. I don't know, the shank is always, even pork shanks is a tender part of a meat. It really is. Okay, and we're gonna get some of this 17 seasoning. No salt. I like using this. I'm almost out. I need to go. And then some onion powder again. And then we're going to get some paprika in here. Turn it over. Get a little paprika on this side too. Okay. Then take a cup. Some water in it, and I'm going to hold on. Whew. I always do this. Hope ain't no seasoning in my coffee. I'm going to put this Lipton pack in a cup, and I'm going to add some water to it. Then I'm going to come over to this stove. I'm going to move this out of the way. What I'm going to do, oh wait a minute, come back. And I'm going to pour this over here, just like this. I'm not going to brown these first like that, all of that. This is how I do my beef shanks, just like this. Just like this. I'm not going to brown. I don't have to do all of that for these. This is how I do these. And then I add, some meats I do brown first, but these I don't. And I'm just going to put these onion and bell pepper all up in here. Just like this. Yeah, y'all can see me. All the onions and all the bell pepper. Boom, just like that. Wash off my hands. Whew. Okay, get that out the way. Okay, now I've got that going, let me put up my seasonings. Yes. Did I put pepper? Did I put pepper? If I didn't, I'm going to put some, because I don't remember sprinkling pepper, so let me put a little bit of pepper on there. Okay, and if I did, yeah, it's okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is cover this, and in the oven it goes for about 3 hours. we're going to cover this up. And we're going to put this in the oven. So, we're going to get this in the oven right now. Okay? And the oven it goes. Boom. Now. Okay. Now, that's in the oven. Now, my string beans I have here, as I showed you earlier. And I have these are my string beans. I have my potatoes over here on the cutting board, waiting to be done. And I'm going to wait a little bit, maybe about 2 hours in with the meat. And then I'll start my string beans and potatoes. Because that's what it's going to be today. Period. Flat out. Meat, vegetables, and the potatoes that's in the vegetables, okay? That's all I want. That's what my taste buds say. And that's what I'm going to fix. Beef shanks. Oh, it's going to cook down to such a good gravy. And then the string beans and potatoes are going to be delicious. I may do a little white rice on the side, maybe. But I really don't want no rice. Just the string beans and potatoes and the meat is good enough for me. So, okay, we're going to let that cook. Don't go far. I'll be back soon. Okay, so now we are back. And they are, I want to say 80% done. Okay, so what I did was I added poured off the juice, and I added a little bit of cornstarch to the juice, and then I poured it back onto the meat, and I'm going to put it back in the oven for another maybe 30-45 minutes. Okay, so come on, let me show you what it's looking like. So delicious. And look how tender it is already. It just go right through. It's just so tender. I just want to let it go for a little bit longer to get it to my satisfaction. But these are how the beef shanks look. When it's done, you see how the meat is coming from away from the bone already? That's because it's so tender and they're getting done. Okay, so now I'm going to cover it back up and put it back in the oven. Scoot you back a bit. Put this back in the oven. And now I'm going to proceed to do my string beans. Okay. And here's the skillet that I'm going to do those in. And I'm going to start with some bacon. You can use whatever kind of bacon you choose. Me, I'm going to use regular bacon. Pork bacon, should I say. You can use turkey bacon if that's what you choose to use. It's okay. Whatever you like. Wash my hands off here. Yeah, whatever you choose to use. It's good. It's whatever you like. It's whatever your family likes, you know? Everybody don't always eat everything what everybody else eat, you know? So what I'm going to do to give this the flavor I want is cut up this bacon and just throw it in here to fry. You're not really frying it. You're just frying it to get the flavor out of it, not really frying it to eat like a breakfast bacon. And this is what's going to season your string beans up. And usually if I'm cooking for, you know, like a catering, and some people don't eat pork, and I'm making string beans, you can just flavor it with turkey bacon, or you could just use a little teaspoon or tablespoon, however much you're cooking, of some liquid smoke. And that'll give it some flavor too. And then I have the bacon there. And I'm going to let that render down to where I want it to be. That should be enough right there. You don't need that much, just enough for a little bit of flavor. And we're going to wash your hands up. We're going to let that bacon render down. We're going to let the bacon render down to where we want it to be. And then we're going to come back and we're going to show you how to do the string beans and potatoes, okay? So don't go far. Okay, so now the bacon is to where I want it to be. Here are the string beans. And here's the potatoes. That's all diced, peeled and diced and clean. So now at this point, I'm going to show you how the bacon is right now, how I let it render down to where I want it to be, where the flavors have come out of it, and then I'm going to add the string beans. So let me show you. Whoa. All right. Okay, right about there. All right, now that's where I want that to be. Ooh, it's so hard to keep these stoves clean. All right, now the string beans in here, just like so. Okay, now just get this mixed up in here. I'm going to add a little seasonings to this. And then I'm going to add a little bit of broth to this. And I'm not going to add the potatoes just yet. First, I'm going to get the seasoning in here. Powder. Garlic powder. A little bit of paprika. Right, now, stir these seasonings up in here. And then we're going to add some chicken broth to that. And now we're going to let this do its thing. And I'm going to let this cook now. I'm going to add my potatoes to that. This one I want to cut again. This one I want to cut again. Okay, now. Uh-oh. No, we can't do this. I don't like my wall dirty. Okay, now. Yeah, I'm going to have to wash off this. Every time I cook on this, I constantly have to wash this whole wall. Stuff just be splattering on it. But it's just another part of cleaning the kitchen. So, what I'm going to do now, that don't need nothing else right now except for to just cook the flavors in. I will add some pepper to this. Like so. Stir that up. And now we're going to let all of this marinade together. All those flavors. We're going to let the potatoes and the string beans get tender. I'm going to put a top on this and let it do its thing. Okay, so now the top is on that. That's doing its thing. Now, okay, we got the meat still in the oven, continuing to do its thing. We have the string beans and potatoes going. I don't know why this looks so bright all of a sudden. But yeah, okay, so now we got that going. Oh, that's why. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so now we got that done. So now we're just going to wait. I'll be back. Excuse me. Ooh, pepper. Ooh, excuse me. Bless me. Oh, my gosh. It's the pepper. Okay, y'all. Don't pay me no mind, okay? I just like to laugh sometimes, you know. Little stuff be funny to me. I actually make myself laugh. It's okay. So now we're going to let those things continue cooking, and then we will be back soon. Don't go far. Okay, YouTube friends and family, this is the outcome right here. This is the meat. They are called beef shanks. Now, it's all done, and that's the string beans and potatoes. And now we're going to plate and we're going to taste. Okay? Let me see. We're going to get, okay, I can use my fork. And I want a piece of this one right here. And I'm just going to cut off a nice little, see how tender it is? Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, see how tender that is? That's, oh my goodness. And then you have the little, see, I like meat that like that beef that has the little fat going through it. Oh, it's so tender right there. Okay, and that's a little piece right here. That's enough for me. Yes, it is. Put this foil back over it. Get these string beans on this plate. Couple of potatoes, nice and tender. I don't really eat the bacon because it's not crispy. It's really only just for flavor. String beans. That's what it is right there. See that? Don't that look delicious? Oh, yes, it does. So now that it's plated, we're going to say grace and we're going to taste. Don't go away. Beef shanks, string beans, and potatoes. Beef shanks, string beans, and potatoes. It is sure delicious. Yeah, I don't know why that cut off, but I guess it was going too long. But I don't know what part of the beef is the shank, but it's so tender. Let me let y'all try some of the meat, since I'll let y'all try some of the string beans already, if that part didn't cut off. Try it. There. It's good. Good, huh? These string beans, great flavor. String beans tender. This is so good. And really, this is all I need. The meat, the string beans, and the potatoes. Perfect. Everything really delicious. Mmm. So good. So good. Mm. Mm-hmm. I just want you to see this meat, how tender this is. Oh. That don't make no sense. This, if you guys have not tried beef shanks before, go to your local market and get you some beef shanks, okay? You will not regret it. I'm telling you. If you cook them right, I cooked them about 3 hours. And those was 2 big ones. Sometimes they can be like this, and then sometimes they can be like that. Those was 2 big ones. So, yeah. How tender. I'm trying to tell y'all. $3.50 for 3 hours. I'm telling you. This meat is so good. Well, I actually haven't fixed no beef shanks in a minute. So this is a treat to me right now. Look at that. So tender. So, I'm talking about I'm going to finish this. Heck, it's already gone, okay? But I'm going to continue to finish that. And please, if you want to try this recipe, please do. And until the next video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, today is the day that the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. And on that note, God bless you all.